Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed colleagues, today I'm excited to discuss a topic that might seem unconventional or even a little taboo to some, but it's backed by some solid science. The power of the nap. Yes, a brief nap during the workday can be a game changer for our productivity and overall well being. So, let's start by dispelling a common myth. Many people think that taking a nap at work is a sign of laziness, when in reality, research from the Central um, Disease and Control Prevention, published in 2013 by Bjorn Roche, titled Napping, Nighttime Sleep, and Cardiovascular Risk Factors in Midlife Adults, shows that even a short nap for just a period of 10 to 20 minutes can significantly boost our alertness, our cognitive function, and our mood. Imagine if we could all harness this simple natural boost to improve our daily performance and make our workday more effective. Now, let's dive into why napping is so beneficial. It's not just about feeling refreshed or replenished. Napping also plays a critical role in memory and learning. Students from the National Sleep Foundation, published in 2021, it's published by Gina Mason, uh, Sona Lockhandwala, and Tracy Riggs, as well as Rebecca Spencer. And they revealed that brief naps can enhance our ability to remember new information and understand complex concepts. For instance, if you've been working on a challenging a project or learning a new skill, a short nap can help you retain what you've learned and tackle problems more effectively. All right. To illustrate the impact of napping, consider the approach that some of these leading companies have taken. Major organizations, just like Google and Nike, have both embraced workspace napping policies. Google has created a special napping pod where employees can take a quick break to recharge. Nike also encourages short rest periods. These companies have found that employees who are well rested are not only happier, but are also more creative as well as productive. And all that's backed by information from Naya Brandwall, PBU, and Noah Segal in a publication titled Sleep Physiology, Pathophysiology, and Sleep Hygiene. That's a tongue twister for you. Uh, but for example, Google's Nap Pods have become a popular feature, helping employees return to their tasks with renewed energy and focus. All right. In addition to boosting productivity, napping also has important safety benefits. Fatigue can lead to accidents and mistakes, especially if it's a high stakes job. A survey put out by the American Academy of Sleep Medicine by Amy Liu, uh, it's entitled The Effects of Napping on the Cardiovascular Health, a meta analysis. But she found that access to nap friendly environments at work can actually significantly reduce the risk of fatigue related incidents. For example, in fields like healthcare or transportation, where errors can have serious consequences, providing space for naps to enhance both safety and efficiency. Now, let me paint a scene for you. You're a medical professional. Actually, more specifically, you're an EMS driver. You've just had a long, taxing shift and you're completely drained. All you can think about is getting home to your soft, comfortable bed. So you head straight home, just to run to your bed's warm embrace and get a full night's sleep in preparation for tomorrow's shift, just to realize that your dog's gotten out. You turn around outside, screaming and yelling for Spot to come home. You wait and you yell some more, but still nothing. Now you're walking down around the neighborhood looking for your precious fur baby. And finally, after what feels like an eternity, you finally find Spot. Happily reunited, you both head back home to bed, and then you finally see what time it is. It's now 2:30 a.m., and your shift begins at 6 a.m. So you drag yourself, and Spot, of course, into bed and try to get some rest. Just as your eyes close, you start to doze off to sleep, and all of a sudden the alarm clock starts hollering at you to wake up and get ready for your next shift. When you arrive at work, it's another busy day. You're barely getting back into the door before they're calling you out to go pick up another patient. You arrive on the scene of the call, and then you and your two coworkers, you bail out, you grab your gear, you rush in. Bad news. It's a serious injury. It can't be treated here on location. So you and your coworkers, you quickly get the patient loaded into the gurney and then into the back of the ambulance. Everyone on board, loaded up. You hit your lights, you hit your siren, and you take off. Now you've got your own life in your hands. You have your two coworkers' lives in your hands, as well as the patient who's already not in great, condition. So everything's going fine. It's a normal drive. Then you start to doze off. Try shaking your head. Try to slap some sense into you to wake back up, but it's too late. You drift to sleep. Then bang, you just slammed into a tree head on. And unfortunately, there's no survivors. What a horror story, right? Well, if more companies would allow for naps during the workday, then frightening situations such as this one could be avoided. So, furthermore, let's talk about the issue of sleep deprivation. Many of us struggle with getting enough sleep at night, which often can lead to various health problems. Research from the previous mentioned journal by Amy Liu, it also showed that regular naps can help to offset some of these health risks associated with poor nighttime sleep. By integrating napping into our routines, we can promote long-term health and potentially lower healthcare costs related to chronic conditions. For instance, people who take regular naps may experience lower stress levels as well as a reduced risk of heart disease. So let's consider some more real world examples and some testimonies. In a study done by Harvard's Medical School titled The Impact of Sleep Deprivation on Declarative Memory, published by James Cousins and Julian Fernandez, it shows that employees who participate in napping programs actually reported higher job satisfaction as well as improved productivity. One participant mentioned that a brief nap helped him think more creatively and solve problems more effectively. Another company that introduced nap spaces saw a noticeable boost in employees' morale and output. These stories can demonstrate just how powerful napping can positively impact both your individuals as well as your organization as a whole. So now, how can we implement these napping strategies into our own workplaces? So here's a few ideas to consider. Firstly, you could create designated napping areas. Set up a quiet, comfortable space where employees can take short naps. These areas should be designed to be relaxing and free from all distractions. You could also allow for flexible breaks. Give employees the option to take short breaks throughout the day, including time for naps. Scheduling time naps, such as after lunch, could also be particularly effective, depending on what kind of business situation you're in. Also, promoting a rest-friendly culture is going to be important because encouraging a workplace culture that values rest and understands the benefit of napping can help reduce any kind of negative stigma that might be associated with taking naps at work. And of course, you're going to need to monitor and adjust. You'll need to track the impact of napping policies on productivity and employee satisfaction. Be open to discuss adjusting, based on feedback and your observed outcomes. In conclusion, incorporating napping into our workplace culture is not just a nice idea. It's a strategic move that can enhance productivity, creativity, and employee well-being. By aligning our policies with scientific research and our best practices, we can create an environment where everyone thrives. Let's challenge this outdated views and embrace the benefits of napping to build a stronger, more successful organization. So thank you for your time and attention, and I look forward to discussing how we can put these ideas and practices and make this the most powerful tool. If anyone has any questions, I'll of course be hanging around for a few minutes afterwards. If you want to just go ahead and raise your hand now and address it in front of everyone, you're more than welcome to. Or if you wanted to come down here afterwards or send me an email, everything is going to be posted here at the end, all the ways to contact me. So, no one? Okay, well, if anybody does come up with any questions, feel free to email them over to me and I'll get back to you with the answer as soon as possible. Thank you, everybody.